Okay. Saturday, July 4th. I don't know if there's going to be any fireworks today. Certainly it won't be a collection of 10,000 people all together at the stadium like there usually is. It's pretty warm outside. Sunny. I guess I typically envision July 4 as one of the hottest days of the year. I can remember lots of picnics and how we'd be struggling to stay out of the sun. Picnic at public parks. All my relatives bringing macaroni salad and potato salad and Coke and Pepsi in a cooler. Somebody would be making hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. There'd be baked beans. My grandparents were there. Sometimes we rent a cabin in northwest Pennsylvania, a place called Lake Canadohta. And 20 or 30 of us would stay in these two cabins for a few days. Steve has been looking at all my videos, though, and he has repeatedly asked me, why are you doing the videos? Are you doing it just for yourself? Or are you doing it for some other viewing audience? I guess now the answer is both. Initially I thought it was just for myself, but now I realize that I'm past that. He wants me to explain terminology that I use, and also to move through my video in a more purposeful manner, and a manner that goes linearly towards a goal. He said my videos tend to jump to him. He thinks they go wherever my mind goes. And although I know what I'm talking about or what I'm trying to say, the viewer is not going to understand those things because I jump around and it's not clear where I'm trying to go. So let's try something new today. This morning I made some notes after I got up about something I might want to talk about. God has our back, or Christ has our back. The universe has our back. Well, here we are. I have to explain that. That's expressions. What's the difference between God and the universe? First off, I use those terms interchangeably. To me, there's no difference. In an awakened state of consciousness, what you're typically going to see is the unified nature of the universe, and how the universe and its contents, which include the bodies and the mind, are one, and they're one with God also, whatever God is. Whatever you want to say God is. Have I gone too far already? In my mind, I don't fight or number crunch this kind of thing. the struggling with words and what they mean, the universe, God, Christ. You could say that I relax about those things. I don't insist that I have this concrete definition in my mind of how the universe fits together and how words fit into it all. So I relax about those things. God has our back. Christ has our back. Picturing Christ on the cross, dying for us in the Christian manner. Christ dies for our sins. That's religion. But it has other meanings. It has meanings to me too, outside of traditional Christian teaching. And that is that Christ, who is of God or is God on earth, has our back. Meaning, has things taken care of. God has things taken care of. The universe has our back. So back to what that means. Now I don't know if in your mind you struggle with concepts and ideas, as if you think that the understanding of the idea, and to really pin an idea down, is to become enlightened, or the understanding in your education has something to do with your awakening. Do you think that? So when I talk like this, God is the universe. God created the universe. God somehow is embodied in the universe. Does your mind quickly try to grab on to something stable? Something known, something from your background in your memory, something out of the Quran, or something out of the Talmud or the Bible, something familiar that a priest or a spiritual man told you. I want you to do something else right now. When I say that God has your back, which is true, but understanding what that means is a little bit tricky, because it assumes a certain level of awareness to understand that kind of thing. The feeling of peace that comes with the idea and the reality that the universe, or God, has got our back. A woman in one of my church groups just about jumped out of her seat when I mentioned that. She was reading something from literature, and I said, God has your back. She, eyes bulging, she said, yes. She knew what it meant. In her heart, she knew what that meant. And it was resonating for her. And we discussed this a little bit. That feeling in that moment where she felt the truth in those words. Not that she could necessarily explain it. That God has your back by intuition. We know that's true. And just let that be. We don't need to dissect that and then unpack that. What's more important is that you know in your heart that God is in here and there's a plan. And figuratively speaking, you're in God's hands. God's got it under control.